Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of RPGs with Paddy. I'm Paddy. So today we're going to continue with the new Gamemaster Month program. This website takes us through the process of learning a new RPG system in January and running our first session by the end of the month. If you're joining us late, don't worry. It's easy to catch up and still run to schedule if you want, or you can start now and go at your own pace. The posts should remain up on the website all year, I think. But if you can join in January, you can benefit from the community on Facebook and Discord as well. And just before we begin, I want to remind you that most of the groundwork that we're doing now, we only do this once. This is not just prep for your first game, but for all games that you will run in your chosen system. So don't feel like you have this much work to do every time before a session. In particular, the combat in Runequest is a little bit difficult to get your head around at the start, but once you get it, then it will be good going forward. So yeah, please don't be put off by what we're doing now. You chose a system, an RPG system that appealed to you, so keep going with it because the world always needs more game masters. So check out the website, link to the website in the description below, and let's get started. So encounters are the scenes that take the RPG away from just being a story and turns it into a more interactive experience where the player's choices matter. This is where you present a situation to your players and they decide how they want to proceed. So the website here gives us a few examples of what encounters might be, but really an encounter can be anything. So the examples they give us are: the characters kick down the dungeon door, find a monster within, and fight it to get the treasure. Or the characters are in a busy market when a beggar attempts to pickpocket them. The Duke summons the characters to carry a message of peace to his rival. The characters have come to a rocky ravine in their travels. Is it just a difficult climb, or are there enemies waiting to ambush them while they are vulnerable? The characters break into the office of an erstwhile employer, searching for papers or other evidence of the employer's true motives, and so on. Encounters are how you will spend most of the time in your games. The parts in between encounters generally don't need too much attention. You can kind of speed through them. Things that kind of connect the different encounters, such as traveling from A to B or just time passing. Now, before we get into that, there are a few places where you do want to give these in-between points a little bit of attention and time. For example, when you have a rest at night or something like that, it's good to give the players a little bit of time to flesh out their characters and build the relationships in the group. Also, if you are introducing a new setting to them, for example, in a new fantasy world, describing the world a little bit can help. So when they arrive in a new town, maybe you just describe a little bit what's going on. But, of course, even with this, don't drag it out too long. Don't monologue too long because you want everyone to be involved in this. But generally, anyway, encounters will be the main part of your game. So down here at the bottom, they have a nice hint, I think, or a tip. Generally speaking, the higher the proportion of encounter time to non-encounter time in your game, the better the pacing is likely to feel. So that's all we get for the start. And after listening to encounters, now we're going to do a little bit of a 180. And now we're going to go back and talk about rules for our chosen setting. Okay, so for Runequest, we're going to look at the first encounter here, and we're going to look at some of the rules about how to play that. So basically, the players will arrive at the market, which is in disarray because some trolls are causing a bit of a riot here. They're smashing stuff up, and the adventurers will be asked to step in and help. So it really depends what your players decide they want to do, but the main approaches are kind of listed here. They can decide it's not their problem and just walk away. There will be consequences to that, of course. They can step in and try to talk things down. So maybe you'll be using a persuade skill, or you can take a more aggressive approach and try to threaten them into obedience. And of course, finally, you can also just have combat. So combat is possibly the most likely here, and this is the most complex part about Runequest. So what we're going to do is we are going to look at a sample 1-round combat here with two adventurers and 2 trolls, just to see how it kind of flows. Okay, for this, I was learning this myself as I went on, and it can be a little bit complicated reading through all of the rules, but I think when you see it in action, it will make sense to you. For simplicity's sake, I decided not to use any magic in this sample one, and I recommend you to try playing out a game of this or a round or 2 of this yourself, so you get familiar with how combat works in Runequest. All right, let's check it out. Okay, welcome to Runequest Combat 101. So in this, we're going to be just looking at fighting with everyone's base weapon. There are 4 steps to a round. 1, announce intention. 2, movement of unengaged characters. 3, resolution of melee, missiles, and spells. And 4, bookkeeping. So everyone is going to move and attack. For simplicity, let's say that the movement is minimal for now. So Vasana has a broadsword with strike rank 7, and it's one-handed. Yanioth has a battle axe, strike rank 6, and it's one-handed. Dark Troll 1 is going to attack with his fist, which is SR 8. And Dark Troll 2 is going to attack with his heavy mace, strike rank 7. So let's put them on their strike rank spots. In the game, you don't actually put the characters on those strike rank spots, although you could if you wanted. It's just the keeper will keep track of, the game master will keep track of what strike rank we are on, and then it's up to each player and each NPC that the keeper is running to know when it's their turn. So they have to kind of pay attention. Of course, you could put them on the strike rank map as well. So Dark Troll 2 and Vasana both have the same strike rank. They will go based on who has the highest dexterity. If it's the same, then the attacks are simultaneous. The Troll has dexterity 12 and Vasana has dexterity 11, so the Troll will go first. Now the melee round will start. The GM will call out strike rank 1. Nothing happens. Strike rank 2. Nothing happens. And so on. Of course, you can just skip this. But now we are on to strike rank 6. Yanioth can hit with her battle axe. So she rolls, and the troll gets a chance to block or dodge. This troll, I'm going to say, doesn't have a weapon or a shield ready. And I'm just saying that for the sake of argument. So he's going to try and dodge. His dodge is 35%, and her battle axe is 55%. That means they want to get below that score on a dice roll, rolling a D100. So, let's roll. Her attack will be on top, and his dodge will be on the bottom. So she got an 8 with her battle axe. That's a special success. He failed his dodge, and it was a fumble. So I'll just briefly explain what that means. If you roll under 1/5 of your target, so under 11 for our battle axe, it's a special success. And if you roll under 1/20th of your target, so under 3 for our battle axe, it's a critical success. Generally, a fumble is somewhere between 96 and 100, but it depends on your skill. Look at this table. If he has a 35% chance of dodging, then he will fumble on a 98, 99, or 100. But her axe skill is at 55, so for her to fumble, she would only fumble on a 99 or a 100. It was a special success attack and a fumble dodge. Let's see what that means. So we can see that a special success versus a fumbled dodge means attack does special damage, and the defender will roll on the fumbles table. So rolling on the fumble table, I got a 14. That means that the troll cannot attack, parry, or dodge the next round. Special damage is different depending on the type of weapon. But this is in the full rulebook, and I couldn't find it in the starter set. So let's just use a quick and fast rule that you can use while you're using the starter set. It might not be 100% right for the full rules, but it's certainly good enough for the starter set. So if we look at Yaniot's weapon, she does 1d8 plus 2 damage with her battle axe, and also has a 1d4 damage bonus. When you do special damage, the first part is doubled. So 2d8 plus 4. But the 1d4, her damage bonus, does not change. So she'll do 2d8 plus 4 plus 1d4 for her special attack, her special damage. So let's roll that. And that is going to give me 14 plus the 4, which I couldn't add into the dice roller, which gives 18 damage. Where does the damage go? Let's find out by rolling a d20. Okay, so that gave us a 9. And if we look at the troll stat block, we can see that down in the bottom here, hit locations, 9 is going to be a hit to his abdomen. The abdomen has 5 points of armor, so it reduces the damage from 18 to 13. That damage is applied to the abdomen and to the total hit points. So this has 2 effects. The first is it exceeds the abdomen HP by more than double, which would mean that the troll is unconscious and loses 1 HP per melee round until healed or treated with first aid. However, the second effect is that it brings the total HP of the troll down to 0, because he only had 13 to start with. So this troll will die at the end of the melee round unless stabilized and brought to 1 or more HP through healing. Up next, we have Strike Rank 7. So both Vasana and Dark Troll 2 are on Strike Rank 7, but Dark Troll 2 has a better dexterity, so he is going to go first. And he is going to attack Vasana with his heavy mace. Vasana is going to try to parry it with her broadsword. His skill is 50 and hers is 90, so let's roll. The attacker's roll is on top. So that's a 19 for him and a 45 for her. Check if they are special or critical. For his to be special, he needs a 10 or lower. And for hers to be critical, she needs an 18 or lower. So both of these are just regular successes. Let's have a look at the table for what happens now. So we have a normal attack versus a normal parry. This means the attacker will roll normal damage, and 1 hit point will be absorbed by my broadsword, reducing the broadsword's HP by 1. The rest will hit me. So how much is the damage? Again, if we look at the Dark Troll stat block, we can see Heavy Mace does 1d8 plus 2 plus 1d6. So let's look at that. When I rolled, that gives me 12 plus the additional plus 2, which again can't be added into the dice roller, which is 14 damage. Wow, I'm hurt pretty badly. Where is it going to hit? I rolled a 6, and that means it's going to hit my left leg. So 14 damage is the total. That is reduced by 1 because of my parry, and the remaining 13 damage is going towards my left leg. My left leg has an armor of 6, so the damage is reduced to 7. I only have 4 hit points in my leg, so that goes to 0. But luckily, it's not enough to be double my HP. If that had been 8, there would 8 damage to 4 HP is double my HP. That would have extra negative effects. But the full 7 points is also going to be deducted from my total hit points. So my leg is now at 0 and my total hit points are at 5. Because my leg is reduced to 0, that limb becomes useless and Vasana falls to the ground. Now she can fight while prone. Her chances of attacking are halved, but her chances of dodging and parrying are unmodified. Her attacks with weapons won't benefit from her damage bonus, and all attacks against her will get a plus 40% to hit. So now it's Vasana's turn. It's still strike rank 7. She's going to attack with her broadsword. She normally has a 90% chance to hit, but because she is prone, it's now down to 45. The troll with the mace is going to try to parry with a 50% chance. So again, I'll roll and the attacker score will be on top. So a 13 would have been enough for a special success for Vasana if she was fighting at normal. But because she's prone, it's not enough. She would have needed a 9. But on the other side, the 76 is a failure to parry. So we have regular success attack and parry failure. That means, looking at this table, the attacker rolls normal damage and the defender takes the damage as normal. There's no mitigating of the damage. So Vasana's damage is normally 1d8 plus 1 plus 1d4. But because she is prone, she doesn't get her normal damage bonus of 1d4. So she simply does 1d8 plus 1. And very lucky, she rolled an 8. That means 1d8 plus 1 is 9 damage. Next we roll a d20 to see where it hits. And it's a 10. A 10 will go to the abdomen of the troll, where it has 5 armor points and 5 hit points. So the armor takes away 5 points, and the remaining 4 points of damage go to the abdomen, reducing it to 1 HP. The troll's total hit points are also reduced by 4, down to 9. So up next we have strike rank 8, but that troll is unconscious and will die at the end of the melee round. Strike rank 9, nothing. Strike rank 10, nothing. Strike rank 11, nothing. Strike rank 12, nothing. We're at the end of the round. The troll at 0 hit points dies, and everyone else marks their lost hit points and any magic points, rune points, or anything else they used up. Now it's time to start a new round. So that is how combat works in a nutshell. You can see that it's very dangerous. So going for a fist fight or a brawl is probably a good first fight for your players. The adventure says that the trolls will stick to fist and grapple attacks unless things turn drastic. So probably it's better that the players try that as well. And I know I didn't go into magic or grappling or disarming in this video, but that was actually quite a bit of figuring out how the combat works. I feel like I have a much better handle on the basics now, and hopefully it helped you too. I strongly advise you trying to go through an example like this yourself, just to figure out the different steps and the intricacies of this. Alright, so that's all for this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!